rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett, and joining me on this episode, you know her, you love her, Michelle Montazeri of Ergotron and also DSF, who she's here today representing. So Michelle, first of all, how are you? And if you want to share, where are you?
Hi, Steph. I'm fantastic. I am on vacation, coming to you live from Waikiki. So it is a treat. And actually, you're giving me some reprieve from the heat. I know. Poor me. Poor me.
Amazing. Oh, love that. So, first of all, if you want to talk a little bit about DSF, and then we can kind of talk a little bit about what you guys have going on. You have some events coming up for the rest of 2025 and into 2026.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we have so much going on. It's I was just saying earlier, I feel like it's become a full-time job for many of us volunteers, which is awesome. We have invested a ton of time into DSF and really expanding and getting our feet back after that 2020 stuff. But rest of year is pretty packed. So coming into Q4, we have what we're affectionately introducing as Signage Socials. And so our second Signage Social, we had one in Minneapolis last month. We're hosting one at Digital Home Week in New York in October, which will be here in just a couple days. And we're super excited to introduce these. This is kind of an intro to what's to come in 2026. I think people really like the idea of getting to know one another in a less formal setting. And so we're going to give more opportunities for people to do that.
Perfect. So yeah, what goes on at one of these? Is it just kind of like drinks and like chatting, or is it like more like slightly more formal than that?
Much less formal. So really, when you think about our mix and mingles, which are kind of our bread and butter, those have become more formalized, right? There's education.
Mhm.
The intention is really for the growth of our existing members and to get to know one another. Our regional, I'm going to mess them up, but our signage socials, I keep calling them regional happy hours, but our signage socials are really intended to bring new members in. And so it's a really casual setting where you can get to know some folks who are potentially involved in the board, but also sponsors. If it's something that you're interested in, you can come and get to know folks in a really casual setting that is, no pressure, and just hang out, which sometimes is what leads to long-term relationships. So that's
I love
the goal.
that.
Yeah.
That's very like putting a lot of the pressure off, because I do think it's probably like anxiety inducing to like walk up to someone at a trade show if you're interested in the organization they're a part of.
Yes.
So just like being in a like low key setting with a drink in your hand, just like chatting, I think makes it like a lot easier to connect.
Yeah, kind of peeling back our titles and,
Yeah.
even the organizations we work for or volunteer for, and just getting to know one another on a personal level. That is something that we've all been craving for so long. And so providing more opportunities for people to do that is really, yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's much more comfortable for a lot of people.
For sure. So for someone who's on the fence, why should they come and why should they get involved with DSF now?
So that's really the idea is coming to a signage social is an opportunity to talk to existing sponsors. And typically when somebody's coming into that environment, they're looking for a way to sell DSF to their potentially their marketing department or whoever would be funding sponsorship, and really talk about how others have found benefit. And so what are they really gaining out of the Digital Signage Federation? That is really the goal. And so if it's something that somebody, you've potentially thought about, or you don't feel like you have support from your corporate investors, it's a great opportunity to talk to those who have gone through the same challenge and figure out how might they, and or just expand your network. Really, many of these signage socials are done in a regional setting, and so just getting to know people in the industry that are focused on signage in your local backyard is a great way to just meet people too.
I love that. So the one that's coming up on October 13th, that one's in New York City. Do you have the cities set for the ones into 2026 yet?
We have a few. I shouldn't say they're set yet. A few that we've talked about. We're thinking major markets. So Atlanta's one that continues to come up. It's all the places where we've done mix and mingles, and we can't do those in the same place every year. Montreal's another one that was extremely successful. We had such a great turnout, and they're like, "Are you coming back next year?" Probably not, because we do try to spread our mix and mingles out, but what a great opportunity for our Signage Social, for people to get to know one another and expand our network there. So that's a good way to think of it, is if we've had a really successful mix and mingle, likely a great transition to a Signage Social for near future.
I love that. So where can people find more information, and where can they stay up to date to see if you guys are coming to a city near them?
So we do keep up our socials, mostly on LinkedIn, with what's coming, and we have a bit of a new twist on our marketing that does show where to find the DSF. Certainly, you can reach out to us at digitalsignagefederation.org, or any of the board members if you're familiar with them. Myself, I'm happy to connect you. In addition to our signage socials, we'll be at IAPA with our Digital Signage Federation Pavilion again this year. Extremely successful last year, so we're really excited about that. That's in November. And then really, really exciting for 2026, we're introducing a pavilion at National Retail Federation, NRF. Really tough show to get into, so we're really happy that we've been able to map that out for the DSF and pave a way for some additional pavilions into 2026 and beyond. So super excited about that one too.
That's really exciting. Yeah, and NRF's great.
Oh my gosh, it's a crazy show. It's huge, and there's such a palette for what we do in digital. And the way we're approaching NRF is probably very different than many have seen. We're really going in with a cohesive message, because we kind of have to start from the baseline. These are not experienced digital experts coming into the booth, and so we're telling a really cool story, which we're really excited about. We've hired a third party to help us. I mean, this isn't just a bunch of high top tables. We're really excited about that.
I'm very excited to find out what you guys have in store for that show. Okay, well, Michelle, thank you so much for your time.
For sure.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Thank you so much, Steph. I appreciate the time, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, sounds great. And thank you also to DSF and all you guys are doing to keep the digital signage community connected.
Thank you, Steph. We appreciate y'all.
This has been another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Rave Radio with Rave.